Welcome. This video is to talk about one of the tools in the AddTools for Metashape Pro plugin to work with Metashape Professional photogrammetry software. In AddTools, we have a function or a tool that can allow us to measure markers. And again, maybe an example of why you want to use this is you have placed various points of interest. Maybe you were surveying, maybe you're did a drone survey and you did telephone wires or specific locations of homes, or anything really that you have a point of interest here. Again, I'm going to use my classic coconut example here, but let's just imagine that maybe this is some type of building or hillside or some type of landscape scenery or object in the middle. And I've placed various markers, no real importance right now, but again, maybe this represents lanes on a road, corners of streets, things like that. We can place wherever we want, again by simply doing right click, add marker. Okay, so maybe I have dozens, even hundreds, thousands, however many markers that you have in your project, but you need to collect some measurements. Maybe you need to know simple things like what's the distance. Maybe you have them on a hillside. What's kind of the average slope between two or more markers. So AddTools plugin allows for this. So if you've downloaded AddTools, if you haven't, go ahead and go to Settide.com, click on AddTools, and go ahead and follow those installation instructions. The link will be in the description below. But once you install it, at the very top here, you'll see a drop-down menu. So we'll go to AddTools, and we have all these different options here, and we go to Markers. And Markers, we're going to go ahead and click on Measure. And we see a window pop up that might look similar to other tools, and we're going to walk through these options one by one. There's more information again on the AddTools documentation page on Settide's website. So here the first option is chunk. We're going to select which chunk do we want to work in. Where are these markers or point of interest in? And again, maybe we have just one chunk with all of our our single set of images with all of our models, mosaic imagery, anything that we're working with. Maybe we have dozens or hundreds of chunks. So we're going to select the first chunk here. And then it'll ask the markers from which marker to which marker. Which markers do I want to collect measurements from? And here we are. Here's all these markers that I have. And we can see this on my window here. I mean, I have 1, 2, all of these up to 18. And this does all of them. Excellent. Okay, and to which marker? Also to which marker? Okay, so maybe I want to do just from marker 1 to marker 2, or maybe I want to do 2 to 3 and so on. Or maybe I just want to do all markers. Give me any combination of all these markers, because I need to just collect a lot of different measurements, and I can sort it out or pick the ones I want later. And I think this works very well if you have more than a few markers. So what do we want to measure? There's two-dimensional or planar distance. This is as if we're kind of looking at top-down bird's eye view. A three-dimensional distance, if these markers are placed in three-dimensional space, then it will measure that distance in 3D. What's the height range between the two markers, and what's kind of the average slope between the two markers. Okay, great. Maybe we need these in specific units. We've got all these units that Metashape and AddTools offers. We've got metric and then simple US measurements. Okay, so maybe we just want these in meters. And then another cool capability is, again, we can export as a CSV file or a text file. I'll go ahead and export as a CSV, and you simply press OK. And then usually, depending on your hardware that you're working with, the computer, how many markers and so on, it can be as quick as half a second, or it might take a few seconds or a couple of moments if you have hundreds or thousands of markers. Now this file will be saved in your folder directory, or whatever folder you have this project. So my coconut PSX file, wherever that is saved, it went ahead and saved a CSV file with those marker measurements in there. So this was a brief introductory video, hopefully giving you some more insight on the markers measure tool. Go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe below, and the description for links on Settide's AddTools information page on their website. And leave any comments if you have any questions or comments. Thanks.